It is 6:49. This is your morning in 8 minutes. The Knoxville Fire Department trying to figure out what started a fire that killed a 3-year-old boy and his grandfather.
Investigators believe it started in the living room of a home on Mississippi Avenue. We first told you about this yesterday morning. This morning, we're learning the boy, whose name is Keith, and his grandfather were taken to the hospital where they later died. Just a day before the fire, one neighbor watched her granddaughter play with Keith in their driveway.
She'll be here this weekend, and she'll probably want to play with Keith, and I'll just tell her, Keith gone to heaven, baby. There's nothing else I can tell her, because she won't understand. She won't understand it.
Well, the boy's mother also lives in that home. She was at work when the fire started around 3:30 yesterday morning. How the fire started is still being looked into.
New this morning, police in Nashville are looking for the driver of an SUV that hit and killed a Knoxville man. Investigators say 37-year-old Paul Chadwick died Sunday at Vanderbilt Medical Center. A white SUV hit him on Wednesday while he was crossing Bell Road with his brother in East Nashville. The driver stopped briefly before taking off. If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers. And a man is recovering after falling 40 feet from a bucket truck on Monday afternoon. It happened on Lions Bend Road in West Knoxville. Crews took him to UT Medical Center.
A Maryville man remains behind bars this morning following a deadly crash on Alcoa Highway. Derek Geary made his first appearance in court on Monday. He's charged with vehicular homicide after police say he crossed several lanes of traffic, killing another driver, William Carroll, during a road rage incident Saturday morning. Geary also had 3 children inside his car. Geary's bond is set at more than $700,000 and has an extra week to find an attorney. This morning, police are still looking for suspects after a deadly shooting on Wilson Avenue over the weekend.
Investigators say Samuel Whitfield died after being shot in a home along Wilson Avenue early Sunday morning. The shooter was in a car and fired several shots. So far, no one is under arrest. And the second of 3 suspects accused in a Claiborne County murder case is pleading guilty.
Patrick Smith is going to prison for 45 years. He pled guilty to the murder of Aaron Massengill. Police found his body in Tazewell in February of last year. Investigators say he was shot. Another suspect, Courtney Gilpin, is behind bars right now serving a 50-year sentence in this same case. The third suspect, Jimmy Lee Riff, is scheduled to be in court in the coming days. And the Department of Defense is awarding Oak Ridge National Lab an award for supporting service members.
It's receiving the Employer Support Freedom Award. It's the highest recognition given by the U.S. government to businesses supporting its military employees. The lab tells us they have around 600 active duty employees that have the flexibility to serve the nation, and the lab will make up the difference in pay. Several state lawmakers, including Governor Lee, were on hand. And new details this morning. For the 77th time, leaders from around the world are in New York meeting for the annual United Nations General Assembly.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the environment, and the global economy are all expected to be key topics over the next week. Some 150 presidents, prime ministers, and other leaders are scheduled to speak during the General Assembly, but a lot of work behind the scenes is happening in private meetings. President Joe Biden was supposed to speak today, but that's now delayed until tomorrow because he is returning from London from the Queen's funeral. And continuing coverage, the period of national mourning is officially over after Queen Elizabeth's funeral. She is now buried inside the royal vault at Windsor Castle alongside her parents, sister, and her husband, Prince Philip. Her son Charles became king the moment his mother died. His coronation is expected to take place late spring or early summer of next year.
No power or clean drinking water. That's what people living in Puerto Rico are waking up to this morning after Hurricane Fiona battered the island for a second straight day. Rescuers are out pulling people out of homes and businesses surrounded by water. Today marks 5 years to the day since Hurricane Maria hit the island. Officials say the country is still working to get back to normal from that hurricane.
Well, are you looking for a job? Today, the U.S. Postal Service is hiring positions locally and all over the state. 3 job fairs are being held at local post offices this week, today, tomorrow, and Thursday. You can apply at the post office in Maryville today and the Rutledge Post Office tomorrow, La Follette on Thursday. The job fairs are from 10 to 1. Available jobs start at $19.50 an hour. And another round of interest rate hikes could be on the way. Officials at the Federal Reserve will meet tomorrow. Analysts say the Fed could raise interest rates by 3/4 of a percentage point for the third straight time in hopes of cooling off inflation. The two-day policy meeting kicks off tomorrow. We'll keep you updated. And WVLT is proud to be your official station of the Vols. Josh Heupel and the football team are back on the practice field this morning as the countdown to kickoff against the Gators continues.
Tennessee looking for their 4th win of the season this weekend. They're coming off that big win over Akron on Saturday. Florida edging out a close one against South Florida. This Saturday's game is a sellout, but secondary sites like StubHub and Ticketmaster do have tickets available around $200 to $300 a piece.
It's so expensive.
Yeah. This game is also a checkered Neyland game. We've got a link to find your seat color in the WVLT News app. And be sure to join us this Saturday right here on WVLT as we get you set for the big game. It's the Big Orange Kickoff Show. It starts at 10 o'clock, goes until 1:30. We're going to cover the Vol Walk for you then. Kickoff for the game 3:30 right here on WVLT. A lot cheaper than those $300 tickets.
Well, it's 6:54. Let's go ahead and get a look at your first alert traffic this morning with Whitney.
Starting to get a little bit busy out there ahead of the morning rush. We've been following this disabled vehicle on I-40 West, just east of I-640, stuck in the right-hand shoulder for you. No lanes are blocked. Looks like we've got another vehicle stopped over there as you're getting on to the interstate. Just use caution getting by them. Again, that is not impeding your travel time as you're heading toward downtown Knoxville. All of those interstates and main roads are looking good with that morning rush right around the corner.
6:55 now. As we take a look at your first alert forecast, I want to remind you that we do have some ups and downs in rain chances. We had spotty last night. It goes up to spotty coverage again on Thursday, but at least that one's a cold front. The second cold front in our first alert 8-day planner is the one that has better coverage. So if you're hoping for some rain, we got to wait a few days for that. But I want to show you how, in this case, our weather affects Fiona. Yeah, a lot of times people ask me, okay, is Fiona or is a tropical storm going to affect us? That's the path that Fiona's going to take up through the coast. While we only have some isolated rain from that cold front on Thursday, it actually acts as a little bit of a barrier and helps to keep Fiona out at sea. And then that second cold front, as I mentioned, that's when we actually get a batch of rain to a little bit more organized batch move in Sunday afternoon to evening. So on this side of the system, we got the warmer, more humid air moving in. See a couple specks of rain still clipping our area after it was spotty last night. Get some spotty rain cutting through Cumberland County still over the next hour. Lots of haze and humidity and more warmth. 67 right now, Crossville to 68, Knoxville to 63, Washburn. Again, some up and down visibility. We'll keep a track on that. And of course, Whitney's keeping an eye on the impacts to your roads coming up on the CW. But look at those layers of clouds. The haze, the fog still looks pretty out there this morning. But we'll get rid of that cloud cover and share some sunshine with more heat. 90 today, guys. But again, that impact on temperatures, at least from that cold front, we'll talk more about that coming up on the CW as well.
So if you got your flannels out, just don't wear them today.
Oh no.
Just cut off the sleeves.
Iced pumpkin spice.
Exactly. Heather, thanks. Thanks for watching us. We're headed on over to WBXX. Have a great day.
Have a good one.